All right, welcome to the House Environment and Transportation Committee. Saturday before crossover, voting list number 10. The Saturday before crossover is crunch time, so I want to acknowledge the person who invented crunch time for this committee, my son Harrison, and my daughter Abby, and the person who invented them, my wife Rebecca. All right, we will start with House Bill 1166. We are secondary from Economic Matters. This is House Bill 1166, Motor Vehicles, Dealers, Front Registration Plate Display. This bill involves tightening up the requirements for having the front license plate on vehicles. Current law in Maryland is you need both a rear and a front plate. Many vehicles are being delivered without the front plate, so this just sets some rules around to make sure the front plates that are currently required by law are actually included. I would move the amendments. Second. And discussion amendments. Delegate Grammer.
Yeah, so I think I might be a little bit confused on the bill. I thought it allowed for a single plate. Am I wrong there?
Yes. You are incorrect. It does not allow for a single plate. There were other bills introduced this session that did allow for a single plate. That's not this bill.
So it kind of restricts, tightens up how we handle those situations and when there's only one plate manufactured, one plate space manufactured on a car.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
On the amendments, all in favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed to the amendments? Amendments pass. I'll move the bill as amended. Second. Any discussion on the bill? All right, all in favor of House Bill 1166 as amended, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any wish to record in opposition? Delegate Jacobs. Delegate Baker. Delegate Grammer. Delegate Anderson. Delegate Naraki. And Delegate Morgan. Because we are secondary, we will not do a pile on amendments, so we'll move on to House Bill 421. Chair Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. House Bill 421 was referred with favorable with amendments by the subcommittee. As amended, the bill establishes a regulatory framework to allow the use of point-to-point speed monitoring systems on Maryland Route 210, also known as Indian Head Highway in Prince George's County. The amendments clarify the authorized distribution of revenue under speed monitoring system programs for Maryland Route 210. Move the amendments.
Second.
Discussion on the amendments. All in favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed to the amendments? Amendments pass.
Move the bill as amended.
Second.
Bill's moved and second. Any discussion on the bill? Okay, all in favor of House Bill 421 as amended, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any wish to record in opposition? Delegate Jacobs, Delegate Baker, Delegate Grammer, Delegate Anderson, and Delegate Naraki. Does anyone wish to be added as a co-sponsor to this delegation bill? Okay, great. We will move on to House Bill 50.
Delegate Holmes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Delegate Holmes. It's a delegation bill, so I think you're covered.
You probably voted for it.
House Bill 1508, a little sponsor problem, but Chair Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We overcame the sponsor problem and recommended this bill favorable with amendments. As amended, the bill as amended, an applicant for an access permit from State Highway for a Type 2 or Type 3 project to, within 10 days after application, to immediately provide notice of the application to each member of the General Assembly who represents the state legislative district where the project is to be located. The First Amendment requires notice within 10 days by the permit applicant instead of SHA. And secondly, limits the application of the bill to Type 2 and Type 3 projects. Those are large-scale projects with a big geographic footprint, not someone's personal driveway. Move the amendments.
Amendments moved and seconded. I'll just note the amendments, I think, resolve the fiscal note. All in discussion on the amendments, Delegate Naraki?
Maybe not. I just wanted to explain my vote, Mr. Chair.
Let's wait till let's adopt the amendments.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know you are. All right, all in favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to the amendments? All right, amendments pass.
Move the bills amended.
All right, bills moved and seconded. Delegate Naraki.
No, I'm good, Mr. Chair. I'm good. I was just messing around.
Delegate Grammer.
No, I'm good too.
Okay. All right. All in favor of House Bill 1508 as amended, signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone wish to record in opposition? All right. Bill passes. Does anyone wish to be added as a co-sponsor?
I do.
Delegate Lewis. Delegate Healy.
Right.
It's a good
Vice
notice.
Chair Guyton.
Bipartisan bill. Right.
Delegate Grammer.
I'm on it.
Delegate Baylor. Delegate Morgan. Delegate Boyce. And Delegate Stein. And Delegate Jacobs. I think we got Healy.
Okay. So I have Vice Chair Guyton, Delegate Lewis, Delegate Jacobs, Healy, Grammer, Baylor, Morgan, Boyce, Stein.
Can you add Baker as well?
Did you get Baker?
We good? Okay, moving on to House Bill 1614. Chair Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. House Bill 1614 was recommended favorable with amendments by the subcommittee. As amended, the bill authorizes the use of lane use control signal monitoring systems by the Maryland Department of Transportation on MDTA facilities to record and cite instances of motor vehicles unlawfully entering or traveling in a lane over which a red lane direction control signal is shown. The First Amendment alters maintenance requirements for equipment. Second Amendment authorizes contractors or employees of MDTA to inspect recorded images. And lastly, strikes required collaboration with SHA. Move the amendments.
Minutes moved and seconded. Discussion of the amendments. Delegate Foley.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. I want to discuss the bill.
Okay, all in favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed to the amendments, amendments pass.
Move the bill as amended.
Bills moved and seconded. Delegate Foley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to explain my vote. I'm happy to vote for this bill because of the use of automated enforcement, which makes us all safer in all parts of the state. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor of House Bill 1614 as amended, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Delegate Baker, Delegate Grammer, and Delegate Naraki. Does anybody wish to be added as a co-sponsor?
Sure.
Vice Chair Guyton, Delegate Lewis, Delegate Healy, Delegate Ziegler, Delegate Foley, and Delegate Boyce.
All right, I have Vice Chair Guyton, Lewis, Ely, Ziegler, Foley, Boyce.
Okay, we will move on to House Bill 1630. Chair Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Another road safety bill. House Bill 1630 was recommended favorable by the subcommittee. As amended, the bill authorizes the placement and use of speed monitoring systems on U.S. Route 301 at the intersections of or between Maryland Route 405 and Maryland Route 19 in Queen Anne's County. The amendments provide for distribution of revenue. State Highway, SHA, State Highway Administration Authority to implement signage, real-time posting of travel speed, a warning period, a reporting requirement, and a sunset. Move the amendments.
Amendments have been moved and seconded. Discussion of the amendments. All in favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed to the amendments, amendments pass.
Move the bill as amended.
The bill's moved and seconded. I just want to note on the bill, Delegate Jacobs asked a great question in the hearing about whether this road would qualify under the Vulnerable Road Users Bill that we previously passed for State Highway. I did check with State Highway and they said it would not. So this is required if we want to see automated enforcement on this road, which I'm sure some of us do and some of us probably don't. Comments, Delegate Foley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To explain my vote on this bill, I will be green again because this just proves again that speed monitoring automated enforcement systems make all of our roads safer throughout the state. Thank you.
Further discussion? Okay, all in favor of House Bill 1630 as amended, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Delegate Baker, Delegate Grammer, Delegate Anderson, and Delegate Naraki. Does anyone wish to be added as a co-sponsor? Okay, we will move on to House Bill 613. Chair Stein.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The subcommittee recommendation is favorable with amendments. As amended, this bill makes existing provisions requiring improvements to protect the shoreline against erosion to consist of certain non-structural shoreline stabilization measures to also expressly apply to living shorelines. The bill also alters the waiver process for exempting a person from such requirements by requiring, on request of the property owner, MDE to visit the site of the proposed project within 45 days after the date of the waiver request, and requiring MDE to provide written notice of a waiver request to the local soil conservation district and give opportunity to the district to make recommendations regarding the waiver request. In addition, MDE must develop a scoring system to evaluate waiver requests and publish the scoring system on its website. Amendment number 1 is technical. Amendment number 2 strikes language that would have established a new process for the evaluation and approval of living shorelines and non-structural shoreline stabilization measures in Calvert and St. Mary's counties, and instead alters the non-structural shoreline waiver process under existing provisions of law. Move the amendments.
Amendments moved and seconded. Discussion of the amendments. In favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed to the amendments? Amendments pass.
Move the bill as amended.
Those moved and seconded. Discussion on the bill? Okay, all in favor of House Bill 613 as amended, signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Okay, bill passes. Anyone wish to be added as a co-sponsor? Vice Chair Guyton?
Is this a statewide bill?
It is now a statewide bill.
I thought I'd like to be.
Vice Chair Guyton, Delegate Lewis, Delegate Jacobs, Delegate Holmes, Delegate Anderson, Delegate Baylor, and Delegate Stein.
I have Vice Chair Guyton, Delegate Lewis, Delegate Jacobs, Delegate Holmes, Delegate Anderson, Delegate Baylor, and Delegate Stein.
Everybody good? Okay, we're going to move on to House Bill 1324. Chair Boyce, Chair Boyce, if you just explain
Yes, sir.
why we have this in this posture.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Subcommittee recommendation is favorable with amendments. This bill was going to be folded into the larger 1063 hunting bill. We forwarded it in the actual allowance of hunting on Sunday with a bow, but we did not, with archery, but we did not add the yard decrease. And so we are moving this bill, 1324, as amended, that decreases the archery hunting safety zone in Baltimore City from 150 yards to 50 yards from a dwelling house, residence, church, or any other building or camp occupied by human beings. Amendments, again, strike provisions authorizing Sunday bow hunting. Move the amendment.
Amendments moved and seconded. Any discussion on the amendments? All in favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed to the amendments?
Move the bill as amended.
Any discussion on the bill? Delegate Naraki.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Delegate, is this for public land, private land? What does this apply to? I just wanted to understand that.
It's private land.
Private land, thank you.
Okay, so just to be clear, this is for Baltimore City at the city delegation's request. Is that right, Chair Boyce?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay, great. Okay. Further discussion? All right, all in favor of this local bill, House Bill 1324 as amended, signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone wish to record in opposition? Okay, bill passes. Okay, you missed your opportunity, but.
I wasn't sure of the time.
Yeah, so normally we explain our votes the way Delegate Grammer constantly does when we're having discussion on the bill. But go ahead, Delegate Lewis.
I will be taking notes on Delegate Grammer's strategies going forward. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much. I'd like to explain my vote. I expressed previously strong personal objections to hunting in principle, with no judgment on anyone. However, I made an exception in this case, and I'd like to say why. This bill is important to my constituents, and it is also a really important natural resources protection strategy. We've learned that some of our largest, most important city parks, such as Gwynns Falls Lincoln Park, is struggling to survive because of overgrazing by large and expanding populations of deer. And if we want to protect our urban forests, which of course we do, then we do have to take action to reduce the deer population. So this bill was supported by the Baltimore City House delegation, and I support it as well for the protection of our urban parks. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so just a reminder, folks, where we are. Floor is at noon. Oh, I'm sorry, Delegate Grammer, you want to explain your vote?
Yeah, could I please? No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so just a reminder where we are. Floor at noon, obviously. I do not think we're going to have to meet again as a committee before crossover. Next week, we do have a few stray House bills. We're going to try to continue to work through the subcommittee process. Then we're going to start having our Senate bills. The Senate bills, if it's an identical bill, it's usually Senate sponsor only, but we do like to have them come over here and ask for things. And so just keep an eye on your calendars for next week, and see you all on the floor. Thank you.